The Sparrow and the Crow's Call. It was a quiet morning when the sparrow first heard it. The harsh, jagged cries of the crows echoed through the trees, a sound so powerful and commanding that it seemed to shake the very air. The sparrow, small and unremarkable, sat on a branch, watching as the crows glided through the sky. They were majestic, their calls sharp and strong, resonating with an authority that made every creature pause in reverence. The sparrow, feeling a stirring deep within its chest, looked up at the crows. It admired their strength, their power, their dominance over the skies. It had always been a soft, gentle bird, chirping in the quiet corners of the forest, never daring to be heard above the cacophony of the larger creatures. But now, something began to change inside the sparrow. If I could sound like them, perhaps I too would be respected, the sparrow thought, its wings fluttering with excitement. If I could call like the crows, would I not be strong too? So the sparrow began to practice. Each day, it perched in the highest branches, looking out over the vast expanse of the forest. It stretched its little neck and mimicked the crows, trying to perfect the harsh, throaty sound that seemed to command the world. Day by day, its cries grew louder, more like those of the crows, until it was confident in its newfound voice. But something strange began to happen. As the sparrow's calls grew more like the crows, it began to lose itself. The trees no longer seemed to be as welcoming. The flowers didn't smell as sweet, and even the soft breeze that once felt like a whisper now seemed harsh. The sparrow felt an emptiness that it couldn't explain, a hollow space where its true identity once lived. One day, as the sparrow sat atop its favorite perch, trying once again to mimic the crows, a sudden gust of wind brought a familiar sound, a soft, melodic chirp from below. The sparrow looked down, and there, in the dappled sunlight, was another sparrow, its feathers fluffed and vibrant, singing its beautiful, simple song. The sound was like a soft balm to the sparrow's soul, reminding it of the songs it used to sing. The sparrow's heart twisted in pain as it realized what it had lost in its pursuit of imitation. It had wanted to be powerful like the crows, but in doing so, it had forgotten its own voice, the one that had once filled the forest with warmth and joy. With a deep, soulful breath, the sparrow called out, not the harsh caw of a crow, but a gentle chirp, soft and true. The forest around it seemed to sigh in relief, the flowers blooming brighter, the breeze gentler. The sparrow's identity, its true essence, returned to it like a long-lost friend. And as the sparrow sang, the crows flew overhead, their calls still sharp and commanding, but the sparrow no longer envied them. It had learned that strength comes not from imitation, but from embracing who you truly are. The sparrow's song echoed through the trees, a reminder that sometimes the greatest power lies in simply being yourself. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow.